All right, here we go.
I think this is one of my more favorite maps in the game.
So Montana versus Kremlin. Looks like our team's staying Kremlin the whole time. And we've gone four cruisers again. Des Moines, Goliath. That's why it took so long, because one player turned to the Venezia and another guy went Moskva. And then Kleber and Gearing versus your Kleber and Marcio. Oh, okay. Moskva, Venezia, double Des Moines. So it's like similar but not.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
and the
like
caps B and C are much closer to the teams than I thought they were going to be.
so you have your home caps that don't really get fought over. Like the bulk of the fighting and the bulk of the dying will be at A. And so it's a question of do you risk, especially with a French destroyer that can do 55 knots,
Well,
just rush it straight up the middle into A at top speed?
no, if it was me, and this is maybe like, I don't know, maybe super try hard, I'd try and get my cap just ever so slightly before you get your cap without wasting consumable or an issue or a problem or anything like that. Because if I'm ticking points, even just one tick ahead of you, you are losing, as it were. You need to make an offensive play. You need to go for the cap, or you need to make a kill, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. You force the enemy into making a mistake.
I mean, it's only a minor advantage, but when two teams, and this is more of a King of the Sea thing perhaps, but when two teams are like so equally played out, you don't panic as the team that's behind. You just play your game out. But
Yeah.
there has been one instance of the like 10, 20 competitive games I did where it was like because we didn't get the cap first, or because we did get the cap first, it ever so slightly tilted the enemy team to play more aggressive.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks like your team is splitting evenly
Oh
with
wow, we're getting a
potentially.
cap. Nobody's gone
Yeah,
Charlie for your team.
no, they do, but the Des Moines that is going got the wrong spawn.
Oh, well, that's going to be a big delay. Okay, it's not the end of the world, but what has me concerned more is the number of ships that want to go alpha. Like the Goliath Des Moines, and especially Poppy and his Kleber here. The last game, he got caught off guard because he went into five of the enemy ships because they
But
could all see him. And
at the
it can't.
moment, he's about to rush into two French destroyers.
Yeah, I mean, and the Des Moines and the Goliath are not close enough to give proper gun support. Now, and then because they're both Klebers, they're going to spot each other equally. And then you only have Des Moines radar range. And so this is going to come down to who sees what, because right now RTS, I mean, maybe they have, what's the radar direction finding thing?
Yeah, so
Yes.
he'll assume that something's there. He's fired torps down the usual line. Jobsy's committing into the cap, and has gotten in there with no, like, he's not being contested or anything.
Mosfer pops the radar just in
Yeah,
case for no surprises.
yeah,
Poppy spots. Thing is, he's fortunate this time. He's only got two French destroyers, and Jobsy's going to go out of
yeah,
line of sight soon. So Poppy needs to not take too much. And the problem is, again, he's fighting. Oh, good stop. I liked how he stopped there.
yeah.
He has to fight now without cruiser support. Oh, AP shots going into the Mosfa. Oh, big hit on the
Oh,
Mosfa
yeah,
from
yeah.
our BB.
Good shot from the
Kremlin
Kremlin.
from Verde getting a good hit. And the four ships now from. I guess the question is, can RTS extradite their Des Moines Goliath Kleber from the other side or not lose anyone? And how much do they want to push down the sea line?
Well, yeah, well, that's the thing is like, because if Flying Marshmallow decides to jump, he's got to run the guns of Iron Man, and who knows, maybe Jobsy might just rush something because
Yeah.
that Des Moines pushing in fast.
Oh, the Montana's not there. So the Montana
No,
doesn't have a shot on him. So even Power Verde could push up and be aggressive and then maybe have his guns look to, where Iron Man is or look to the
yeah,
flank of A.
Kremlin might struggle with a long range shot like that, though. It looks like my guys have dug into a position where that Des Moines he'll struggle to make a play
Yeah.
to get into the cap.
So you've got the
And
double cap because the rush, you're
yeah,
right. And then I guess in this scenario, the Kleber, the Goliath, and the Des Moines, due to their proximity of each other, no one's really going to push into each other that much. Like with the
no,
Hydro of the Des Moines and the radar, they're going to
exactly,
see the
yeah,
Kleber. So it's unlikely to be pushed there. So it really comes down to what is RTS going to do on the seaside?
yeah.
Because
Marshmallow and Verde are pushing now,
yeah, and if I
so
change the camera mode, you don't see them. Your team doesn't see them.
nope, absolutely.
So they
So
know
that
there's a Venezia's there, and the Venezia's firing a couple of shots on the Des Moines. Your Montana has backed up, and he can shoot the Venezia if he wants to. From the other team's point of view, our team, RTS, oh, I say our, I mean mine, sorry. We know that your Des Moines there, but we don't know where your BB is. Oh, no, we
yeah,
just see your BB now.
yeah, and obviously, so Falcon in his Moskva because he took that hit is losing. He's now stuck in a fight against OM40 of the your Goliath. OM40 is an excellent player, so Falcon's in a bit of trouble there. So it might come to the point where Jobsy has to do something.
And the Goliath has a super heal as well, which he's going to have to use because he's down to 25k now. Makes me nervous, but the BB's in the wrong position to punish that. Power Verde take a few hits, and they're still aggressively pushing up. Iron Man is in risk.
No, because I think he's hoping.
Oh, he's nose in. Yeah.
Marshmallow will push forward, and he'll catch him side on. Or is he trying to sneak up and try and grab B behind you? Because Mad Dog in the Marcel is switching back to C. So
it's the thing. Well, the thing is, the Marshmallow. I mean, it looks like they're both going to push up again. It's very sketchy what they're doing, but I think they could probably verse or shoot backwards. Or, I mean, there's a lot to play here. I mean, Falcon, you're right, it's down to 24k. OM40, he's healed himself back up to 31. It's just like a long range artillery duel with the Venezia helping in. The Des Moines firing on Storm, but Storm and Falcon are both firing on OM at the moment.
Looks like Iron Man's trying to flank the Des Moines. I would have sent him against the Moskva.
I guess OM doesn't have to worry about BB shots. Oh, but the Des Moines pushing up. That's the risk. Because if he pushes up aggressively, he can catch OM. Because OM can stop firing and like escape. But not if the DM kind of pushes up. And now we're still having a very powerful... I mean, the Venezia is really out of range by Plank. Or it feels like it to me, but maybe I'm wrong. And we've got torpedoes incoming from Mad Dog on Verde. And they're going to hurt. Because he doesn't have any assistance. So he's picking up speed now. He might dodge them. And the next wave coming in from the Marcio. So this is... Verde is making me very nervous.
Falcon's probably going to go down here, though. He's under concentrated fire, so Iron Man will have to do something. No torps on Verde from the first set. Des Moines, Montana, and Marceau are now all opening up on him.
Des Moines round. He's firing on OM from the flank now. And Verde is broadside to the Des Moines. I mean, it's a very aggressive push. I'm guessing the team has said push. But it's whether or not is BB going to punish this. And the thing is, OM is going to have a problem because they want to kill Falcon, and I think Poppy might do it, burning on 166. Okay, he gets him. So now he can try maybe escape or angle in Des Moines. Skytech might have to think about reversing or turning around. Like, Venezia is smoked in 26k, but Iron Man is super exposed. Like,
Iron Man's in serious trouble now.
At
this point, I'd say Jobsy needs to rush Skytech and just take him out the fight.
Oh, and the Kremlin, our Power Verde, he managed to avoid the torps. He goes into Charlie. He's just stalling the point generation at the moment. I am Coop is in a very... I would be...
Well, Co-op's... He's not looking at him at the moment, so Co-op can, in theory, back up and start shooting at him. Iron Man is probably going to go down here, though.
36k? Yeah, maybe, probably.
I don't think that was the right play.
Thing is,
they should have tried to ambush
Coop's pushing out, and he's reversing his butt. I think the gearing and the plank really need to aggressively attack that gearing because Kremlin Power Verde, he's going to die now. Like, I don't see how he survives with those tail hits from the Des Moines at so close a range, the DD eating him away, and the Montana just doing shop shots as well at him. The Moskva, I think, needs to be more aggressive. Either
Jobsy's going for the Russian Skytech.
Oh, and Moskva. Oh, yep, I see it.
And I think it was too late.
Is Kleber's helping? I don't.
Should have done that sooner.
Oh, here comes the torps. Is he going to hit the island? Oh, no, he's got him.
Nice, but he's not going to go down
there. At what cost, though? Yeah, because the Kleber's there as well, and the Goliath and the OM and Poppy's not going to let him escape.
Iron Man's backed up and is now engaging Flying Marshmallow. Power Verde's going to go down. Jobsy dies.
Oh, and now Power Verde, as you say, is dead because he's just a little bit too aggressive.
And they're out of the cap. He's down on 300 health. 19.
And now our gearing needs to be so careful on the edge, and Plank needs to get more kills or more damage, I think, on the Des Moines because he's caught him on the nose. And the Moskva from Marshmallow, I don't know. I think it's not as bad for RTS as it seems, although it is bad. I think they can probably punish the Des Moines more, but again, your Iron Man will just need to keep reversing and he escapes. And the question is, what happens now? Because you're winning in 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yes.
And I believe that's because our BB just was too aggressive. He didn't need to push into C. He could have got a flanking shot on the Iron Man or reversed or something, but I mean, that's Captain Hindsight.
Yeah, the question is like, can Poppy's got to go for A to stop the points? Is Iron Man and the assumption is that can Iron Man radar him
and with the Venezia,
with the Veni there? Like the Veni's position there to stop Poppy making that play.
Your Des Moines he's trying to go for the gearing. He sees him. Thing is, your Des Moines is going to be smart. He's not going to show himself to the Moskva. The Des Moines, however, is still getting quite a few hits from the plank.
Yep, the Veni is a dangerous ship, especially on the broadside like that. But I guess the key thing here is just force the gearing to back off.
Yeah, and he has to be careful of the Montana as well, the Venezia.
Yeah. Ooh, AP from the Veni. That angle, it could do something. Oh, he got lucky there, managed to angle in just in time.
Torpedoes on Storm just misses.
Yep. Iron Man's going for B. Has Poppy run aground?
I don't know what Plank is doing on the edge, because it feels like he's going to take Montana shots at more or less broadside. And Marshmallow doesn't feel like he's contributing. I mean, I think Plank would beat Coop, but it's not just a 1v1 in this scenario. He's taking Montana fire. And he's on the edge of the border. Yeah, so there's that hit.
Yeah, and Marshmallow can't risk pushing up. Because if he pushes up, he pushes straight into Montana.
Or Torps,
Iron Man's going for B, so we'll take all 3 caps here.
I mean, okay, so yeah, the Moskva can fire on Montana, do some annoying HE type stuff, and he's not going to take Torps. The Poppy and OM's taking some shots from the Venezia, from Storm. That's a good hit, actually. They're chasing down Iron Man, so the game's 45 seconds to go. So, honestly, if I was Plank, I would have even not feared the gearing. I would have had to Hail Mary, because there's not enough game time.
No, I think the gearing should have Hail Married. And just gone up to Des Moines, and then used the Veni's smoke to try and cap C.
Yeah, because you're right. There's not enough time. The stalling of the B isn't even that important. It's the no C stall. Your Massot flying around in circles. The Iron Man doing a good job, basically luring Poppy and OM away from the A cap, so they don't choose to go there. Moskva does a real tail hit.
Yeah, gets a Citadel.
Yeah, but it's again 4 seconds. It's too little, too late. Another Citadel would help. Oh, do you know what? 5 more seconds, 10 more seconds, but it's not enough. So that was it. There's a lot to break down there. I think your team definitely did the right play where they went slow, sure, on the B cap, but the heavy push to get the 2 cap advantage meant that our team were slow to realize, the RTS team was slow to realize what was going. Then they pushed up, but then Power Verde, I feel, was too aggressive in his BD. His BB. Yeah.
I would have probably sent our Des Moines that tried to pick a fight with OM's Goliath. I would have, if I was in calling, I'd have sent him across and gone, catch that Moskva broadside and kill him, and get that Kremlin being focused a bit sooner. But again, what they did worked, so they must have been correct.
Yeah, I feel that as well that Plank in his Venezia should have punished Coop more. I feel that, and again, this is in hindsight, and this is a player who has no idea about aims or anything like that, but it just, from the eye in the sky, it looked like you've got him, you've got shots on him, you can punish him, you should be more aggressive, or push further south, and maybe there's no escape if you do that, to punish him. But if his guns are on you and they're sufficiently far away, it means the DD can come around the corner and torp him because his guns are looking in the wrong direction, maybe. And the BB, yes, it was good that he pushed up, and yes, he got the cap, but it doesn't feel like the flying Marshmallow in the Moskva contributed in a great deal. Now, that's not to say he played poorly. It could be that because he chose not to take damage and just the threat of him was enough. But again, our guys were able to push down south, and your DM was able to push up north uncontested. Probably because he pushed because he knew it was safe to do so. He wouldn't have done had he known that the Stalingrad was looking at him and the Moskva was looking at him. So, but it's oh well, it is what it is. I think we have to go into our next game in 4 minutes, though. Who are you playing next?
We got Flammers.
Well, it should be fine. Whether or not, I don't actually know how they've been doing, but and then we've got Fat in Quarantine.
Tiger's team.
Cool. Right. Well, best of luck, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. Take care.